Guys, gals, and all other pals, I'm Jomofomo. Ain't no messing with Chiori or it will be gory. Yikes. It's time for a Chiori guide. Chiori is a 5-star Geo character who purely does decent damage from off-field. Not a buffer, pretty simple really. She gets stronger if you have a Geo construct in the team, a la these characters. But if you have C1, then Geo constructs don't matter. Very scummy and disgusting of Hoyo. Her skill summons a doll turret that goes pew. If you have a Geo construct, you get 2 of them. Pew pew. Her burst is just an instant nuke of damage. Her skill and burst both scale off of attack and defense. You should still treat her as a defense scaler pretty much, since it's always more valuable than attack still, but attack sets are at least not a complete waste on her, making her easier to build. For example, I am able to use this piece on her. Answering the
biggest questions.
How does she compare against Albedo? The answer is yes. Currently, she can basically be considered a strict upgrade over Albedo in at least 95+% of situations. And her dolls can't break like his measly flower. There's a little bit of room for Albedo to be worth it in the future due to him having a construct whereas she does not. Is she meta for the Spiral Abyss? In general, no, not really, just because Geo is not super meta, as it gets soft countered by more enemies more often, but yes, she does form part of the best Geo teams. What about Overworld Meta? Absolutely. She power crept Rosaria and Dia with their movement speed buffs, where she has 100% uptime instead of 50%. I love this, since I do daily artifact routes every single day. Check out the link to my vid. And check this out. Her skill is in fact front-loaded to even quickly wipe out overworld elite enemies. Does she need to build ER and burst every rotation? No. Not worth going for ER stats to burst every rotation. Casting it once every other rotation is fine, just use it when you have it. Skill, or skill normal attack? You should skill to trigger her tapestry passive. Always. Her tailoring Geo infusion is strangely useless. So always skill, always EE on PC. What are her best teams at C0? Ito is fantastic with her. She's also an upgrade to the double Geo core of Zhongli/Chiori instead of Albedo. She's also not bad in a team with Albedo. And finally, she honestly pairs well with Navia. Yes, even at C0 with only one Tamagotchi. Early Constellations. Because I start falling asleep when people talk about later constellations. Virtually every 5-star is fine at C0, and Chiori is no different. C1 removes Geo construct restriction to get the extra doll, but still needs another Geo teammate. Don't forget, still need the separate Geo teammate. This makes her much better to play with characters like Navia and Noelle. C2. Another extra 3rd doll can pop out and do more damage after casting her burst. Both constellations are solid personal damage increases, not useless, and also not broken Archon or Dragon Sovereign levels of constellations. Talents. Chiori's skill is the most important to level up by far. Next, her burst can be leveled up, and her normal attacks don't really matter. Weapons. Harbinger of Dawn, the 3-star sword, is actually her arguable best in slot free to play weapon. However, it does have the annoying need to keep her HP above 90% in order to get that 28% crit rate. Cinnabar Spindle is about equal to Harbinger of Dawn, except it's an old event weapon which you may or may not have. If you don't have it, sorry, you're out of luck. It also has the annoying 1.5 second effect that might end up only applying to less than half of her skill damage. Content creators seem to forget about her coordinated attacks. Wolfbane. Battle Pass weapon only. R1 is slightly weaker than Harbinger. R5 is slightly stronger than Harbinger, but it's a pretty good pick if you do have it because its damage is pretty unconditional. No, you won't get all of the crit rate stacks, but that's still fine. All of the 5-star stat sticks are similar to Harbinger of Dawn, with Jade Cutters slightly edging out the others. And of course, her signature, Uraku Misugiri, is obviously the best, by around a 25% personal damage increase. Artifact sets. You can either use Golden Troop, better for Overworld 2, or the Husk of Opulent Dreams, better for burst damage. Both are about the same when it comes to DPS within a full rotation. Artifact stats. You want to go defense / geo damage / crit. If running with Farina and Golden Troop, you can consider a defense goblet. Random tips. For characters like Ito who want to burst and then skill, work on your Chiori's skill into Ito burst timing or muscle memory, because you're going to mess this up a few times in the beginning when spamming the skill button. But you can do it! For Overworld vertical mobility with Kazuha, check this out yet again. It's worth a second look. Don't forget, she can be used for a bit of horizontal mobility too. When using Chiori's dolls first, and then casting a Geo Construct that immediately breaks, yes, you still get the extra doll. If you found any of that informative or helpful, please consider giving it a like and subscribe. That's virtually everything you need to know about Chiori. Thanks for watching.